George, as Alex has so recently well documented, we have mass graves being dug for us around the country, and there are millions of plastic coffins being delivered to FEMA storage areas, which have been ordered by the Centers for Disease Control. And the federal government has prepared enough bird flu vaccinations ready and waiting to use on all of us. George, in your view, how do these activities by the federal government fit into their overall plans for the American people? And what do you see as the time when they will use their biological warfare on us all relative to their overall agenda of this country's total destruction?
Well, first of all, thank you for your kind words.
Yes, sir.
Boy, nobody knows the exact dates, but we do know that the federal government, which is not really our government, this is not a government, it is a corporation controlled by the Federal Reserve, has already been poisoning us intentionally through the vaccines, through the chemtrails, through the fluoride in our water, through the misinformation, and on and on and on and on, to weaken the people. And as Thomas Paine said, the beacon of freedom in the United States can be the beacon of freedom for the whole world, and the Illuminati do not want this. And so they are smart enough. Now, the neocons were really pushing the schedule. Now, Obama, I don't know how fast they're going to go, because
they're going with the financial implosion.
They're going with the financial.
They're using that stage crisis.
And this situation, we are going to have massive, massive debt deflation for a much longer period of time than what we're being told, because there is no way in the world that even if they issue $20 or $25 trillion of this bailout money, can they sop up all of this derivative debt. And that's just a fact. And they're just putting plasma into a dead man right now, trying to get this thing going. Unless they get the toxic elements out of the system, the economy cannot recover. That's just a fact. Now, when the real shinola is going to hit the fan, it's hard to tell. But right now, today, as we speak, the G20 countries are meeting, and they're planning on a world currency, a world bank, and world government. And this is not theory, as you know. I mean, it sounds like you have really, really done your homework. And the question is that we know that it's coming. All you have to do is extend the lines of what's there. The question is what can you and I and Alex and the others do to derail this train? Because we believe in something better for our families, better for our grandchildren and our children, but also for ourselves. And I guarantee you that if enough good people come together, we can derail this thing, and that we can shift to a higher level of consciousness.
But the biggest issue is we have to face the horror. It's hard for people to admit we have this criminal of an elite.
Absolutely.
And that this is really happening. It's hard to believe as a parent that there are really people who want to kidnap your kids and go torture them.
Well, the mind control is just so amazing. And there is a psychological term called cognitive dissonance. And it is a very, very real psychological thing, that when a person invests their time, energy, or money into a concept and then they see it's wrong, is that physically they have a very difficult time of changing courses. It's just like in the movie The Matrix, when Neo goes into the construct and he realizes this is all an illusion and that this is all just, it's not what it appears, and he comes out, he gets physically sick. And I remember when I first became aware of the New World Order, I became physically ill. It was that big of a shock to my system. And as Winston Churchill said, almost every man at some time in their life is knocked down by the truth. 99% of them get up, dust themselves off, and walk away like nothing has happened. 1% will really figure out what's going and do something about it. And it sounds like, my friend, that you are aware of what's going on, and you and your friends are doing something about it. And it's going to take the combined work of the people all over this country, all over this world, to say no to this insanity.